Hello, and welcome to another tutorial. This one is on a tool called Wakelet. You can access it at wakelet.com. And Wakelet is a free app that's essentially a curation website. It allows you to collect, organize, and share content from across the web. This would be good for something like a research project, a team project, or any time that someone has to present some information. It allows you to curate it, gather it, collect it, store it in one place. This can be used in an individual setting, or you can actually have this be done in a group setting. So it allows you to collaborate a collection and work with a group or individually. So what you're actually building is called a collection. So here's the home screen. Again, it's free, so you can sign up in the traditional ways. You can sign up with your Google access, Microsoft, Facebook, or with any email. Once you enter your information, you create your account. That takes you to your home screen, and we're going to go ahead and get started. You can create a username so that people who might want to follow you and search work that you've done can go ahead and do that. I'm going to adjust mine slightly. And it's going to answer or allow you to answer a couple of questions just so they can categorize anything that you might build and put together if you're interested in sharing or allowing other people to see your work, and we'll talk about that moving forward. Once you're done creating your account, you will get to this skeleton screen where you can add content. Again, what you are creating are called collections. As you build some and have them in your account, they'll show up here. There's also group collections that you can get involved in as well. First thing we'll do is create a new collection. You will be prompted along the way with some brief instructions for everything that you can do. Very easy to add, edit, delete, move, lots of different things on your collection. First thing I'm going to do is add a cover image. I can upload an image that I might have on my device, or I can choose from a library. The library will open up Unsplash, which is a royalty-free bank of images. And so I can search through and find something that might be appropriate. Lots of different images. One of the easiest ways is if you're looking for something specific, is actually type in something. Your images comes in full screen. You can edit the image. You can decide not to use the full, only use the half, or you can eliminate or hide the image altogether. I'm going to use the half image. Now I have to give my title of my collection a name. I could put a description down here if I wanted to. I now have created kind of my start splash page for my collection. Now I can add some content. There's all kinds of different pieces of content, as you can see here. I can put a URL in. I can create a text box. I can add a YouTube video. I can go out and find tweets that may be out in the world related to my particular topic. I can bookmark some things. I can have images. Again, these can be images that I have on my own machine, or images that I search on the internet, or images that are actually in that image area, that unsplash area that we pulled up. I can have PDFs loaded in here. I can actually put stuff in Google Drive, which is real powerful, and add that. If I have things in OneDrive, I can add those in here. And then also if I use Flipgrid Video. Flipgrid is actually a tutorial that I already created, so check that out in the EdTech guide if that's something you might be interested in adding. So again, any of these things I can add. And so let's go ahead and add some content. So I'm going to start by searching YouTube for something related to my topic. And so maybe this is something that I might want to select and then hit add. Again, giving me some reminders here that when I'm done with my work, even if I'm not totally done with the project, you want to save and exit. So I can say OK. Again, I have the video. I can edit it. I can get rid of it. I actually have various types of things that I can do to reorganize the order of various things. This is the first thing I added beyond the home page, but I could move this thing all the way to the top. I can move it all the way to the bottom. I can move it just down one place in the timeline or up one place in the timeline. I also have the ability, if I were to want to do something with this, I don't have to use the text that's here. I may want to, but I also might want to do it differently, and then I have the ability to do that edit. So again, I'm going to add something else here. I don't think I'm going to do Twitter right now because I'm going to log into my Twitter account and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll add another image. And maybe I get another image of something that I want. And again, I have instructions placed here to help me out. Add notes and images, reorder your items, and cover in background. So as you recall, I searched for the Federal Reserve and ended up grabbing this image. Well, this might not really explain a lot of the part of the story that I want to tell, so I can actually go up in here and hit edit, and I can edit the image, or I can add credit or a caption. Maybe I want the image, but maybe I want to put some details in here. And I can type whatever I want in there. I can copy and paste some information, and I can save that. And then I can continue to add more things that I may want to add. Maybe I have did a little research and wrote a small paper or a couple of paragraphs, and maybe I have that information in Google Drive. I could also convert it to a PDF, and that's one of the options that we can load is a PDF. And I don't know that I specifically have one here, but just to show how we would do that. It is now uploading this particular PDF that I clicked on just to show you how to load that. And again, I can go in and edit it, and I can change the name to be more reflective, I can add a description. If I'd like to do that, I can even edit the image. And I can again choose from my library. I can upload an image from my machine. And then I also have the ability with any of these images to reposition. Okay, so I kind of So I'll show you in this case about repositioning the image. I have the ability, if I wanted to, I can zoom in. I can also, in some cases, the image may be just locked in that position, but you could also have the ability where you can maybe drag some information. If, for example, this you'd like to have the word centered, in some cases you have the ability to center that. I can cancel or save depending on what I want to do. Let's try this one if I can. Oh, I gotta save. There we go. Something else just to point out to you, we're currently in this particular media view right here. But there are some other views. There's a compact view, and you have a little icon to show you what that looks like. There's a grid view, there's a mood board, and so forth. I've only used media view, but you may play around with some of these other views. Can also add a background image overall. This is just kind of a blank gray off to the side. I can do that. So let's talk about our privileges of access. It defaults to private. You can make it unlisted, and then there will be a link once you've created your collection that can be provided to those people that you'd like to view it, or you can list it as public. Normally you'd keep it to private while you're in the process of building the collection, then move it to unlisted if it's something that you and or your students just want to share with the people that's in the class, but you might want to make it public. You'll see that there are a lot of these out there where you could search and find other things maybe related to the particular topic that you're looking at, or a presentation maybe that a student wants to make. They can go out there and see what others have done and maybe get some ideas for themselves. So I'm going to make it public. I can change this anytime I'd like. And I'm going to say publish and exit. And it's going to take a few seconds to do that. Surf School just allows you to go and look for other things that might be out there. This is my icon that I have this public, the global, essentially anybody can get to it that can find it, and I have the ability to change that visibility here. Here's my search, where I could go in and find other things that might be related, or if I need to get started, it's a good place to go to kind of just see what else is out there. So I could type interest rates to see what else might be out there. Other collections, so here's something on understanding interest rates. Wow, that's the one I just created. It's already right here. Negative interest rates. And sometimes you might find something that'll tell you who created it. You could actually follow this person if they make their stuff public on a regular basis, because maybe they put stuff out here often and there's some things in there that are valuable to you. Again, I'm going to go back to my home page and go into my collection. And because my collection is not finished, I'm just going to move it back to unlisted. And you notice that they changed the icon there. So other things that you can do, obviously edit the collection. You can share the collection. And so you got a QR code that you can share, obviously all the social media pieces. But the thing that I like is you have this unique URL that's been created for you. And so you can just copy this URL and share this any way that you'd like to do that, which is very helpful. You know about all these other things if that's the way that you'd want to do it. And then you can also get the embed code if you are loading this onto a website. So the things that you can do with it is obviously gather lots of different information: images, documents, videos, sound, web links. All those types of things can come together and help you create a collection. This could be very useful for gathering a bunch of information for, let's say, a research paper or some type of a project, whether it's an individual or a group project. It allows you to kind of archive or curate all of the different stuff that you're putting together. And maybe it doesn't become part of your finished presentation, but it's just a place to kind of aggregate everything and then decide what you would rather use. And then obviously it can be used very well as a presentation tool. And the images and videos and some of the other items, artifacts that you have in there would be very visually interesting. And again, since you can put PDFs attached in here as well as other things that you have stored in Google, there's all kinds of text that can be added. So maybe from a presentation point of view, the images and videos and web links and so forth can do some of the presentation, and then the notes for the individual who created it, the author of the collection, can be added periodically along the way. You can make these things as long as you want. Again, this is a free tool, wakelet.com. Hope you found this valuable.